Strategic capability. Oh, sorry. Central City Regeneration, tackling barrier sites project update. I, of course, chair this committee, and but I'm going to hand over. I'm going to hand over to staff to introduce this. I don't know. Sorry, if you. Yeah, I'll hand over to you. This is the report on Central City Regeneration, tackling barrier sites update. Where is it?
28.
Number 30. Oh, there. Sorry. I just couldn't find the paper. Well, we had a very good report on this, and we're recommending receiving the report and approving the continued use of the framework and toolkit to tackle buildings or sites that are barriers to the regeneration of the central city. But so I'm happy to move it. Yeah, but can I have a seconder? Right, Tim. Okay. So for Raf.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to get an update on the Two Fat Indian site, which we discussed previously.
Wonderful.
Has it been knocked down yet?
I've sent an email to the owner. There are 3 factors that contribute to that discussion, and I look forward to catching up with them in the end of January to further that discussion.
Okay, because, right.
Which site?
It's the Two Fat Indians. Basically, I mean, it's a derelict building, unsanitary. There's no reason that it's still standing, basically. It's on, sorry, page 505, Manchester Street. Just. Yeah, it's decent rubbing nowadays.
Right, okay.
And also, I mean, while I'm here, these seem to be mainly commercial buildings. Are we looking at residential? And I give an example, actually, of a place on Montreal Street, just on the next block, which is a kind of red building. Is it? So how are we handling residential sites?
So that we addressed the development forum on that, but I'll recap that for you.
Oh, you don't have to.
Those properties do not currently represent a significant barrier to the regeneration of the central city, mainly because those sites are generally fenced or have vegetation at the front, and the buildings are back from the boundary. However, we encourage residents and yourselves to use our existing enforcement team to identify those, and we will investigate them on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, well, there's one right just across the road, which we see every day, and it looks pretty in poor condition. Yeah.
Okay, Yanni.
Thank you. Just wanted to check in terms of the buildings that we have on the list. We've put one as within longer time frame with commitment to action, but given that we've put it on hold, why is that being put up higher than the other ones, which are still awaiting decisions on future?
Sorry, which one was that?
Our city.
It's in your hands.
So, I mean, just in terms of the public perception of the fact that we've got our own buildings that we don't have a commitment to do anything with at the moment, it just seems to me a bit of an anomaly.
So perhaps if I could speak on behalf of my colleagues in the parks unit who are charged with looking after being the custodians of the heritage assets for the city. I believe that you have agreed a process for them to lead around the heritage assets across the city. I also understand that some of the decisions that you made around that were in public excluded, so that probably is about all that I should say on that matter right now.
I just don't see how that building gets a higher priority, a higher way up the list compared to the other ones where intention's yet to be confirmed, which we haven't done yet.
The list is identified in terms of sites under active improvement, sites with committed to action, and those within a longer time frame, and where intentions are yet to be confirmed.
Yeah.
So that's the priority of the list.
Right.
Within those categories, there's no identification of which one's before or
Okay,
the
so
other.
we could easily just put that into intentions yet to be confirmed. The other thing is, I was just mindful that there's a number of derelict sites in the suburbs, which you briefly touch on. I think the building inspectors are going to do some work over summer, but some of us are really concerned that there's some really key sites like the old Scullerup site in Woolston, which, you know, over summer, you know, the risk for vandalism, graffiti, fire, arson, you know. Is there anything we can do in the short term around some of those really key sites that we're aware of in terms of getting
So is
some
the Central
investigation?
City Regeneration team the right people to answer this question?
It's in the report. 6.7. No? You guys aren't the right people? Can we get someone that can?
Yeah. If you wish us to investigate that, we're more than welcome to have that discussion about what we can and can't do. I can
would
take
like to.
that up after this meeting with our enforcement team to review all of the available tools to us to support that.
I think we
I
need
don't know
to
how others
enlist
feel.
our colleagues in the consenting and compliance area to understand just what the options and opportunities are if these sites are not impinging on public space.
Leonie, we can, building consenting can only do something if we believe the building is dangerous or unsanitary. Those are the only two conditions under the Building Act. We can't do it because they don't look good or they've got graffiti or they may be attacked by people who are arsonists. Those are the only tools that we have. Is insanitary, which is there's rat infestation or something, or they're actually dangerous and could fall on someone and kill them.
Or dangerous to neighbours.
So,
Dangerous to neighbours, but if they're not deemed as that, then there's not much we can do.
I mean, we've talked about this previously.
Yes,
and
but it's all set out in 6.7
So-
and 6.8. It makes it crystal clear that priority is assigned to surveying non-residential commercial properties, and particularly those in and around commercial centres, reflecting the need to support the socio-economic roles of centres. So the only potential barrier sites outside the central city area that building inspectors will begin to compile a catalogue of these privately owned prominent buildings fronting streets which are unoccupied, vacant, etc., sites and buildings that involve the use of cordoned off road, etc. So, you know, you're using this paper to ask a question that's not relevant.
Well,
So,
why is it in here?
Pauline?
It's not
So you feel that you're making good progress?
We are.
Good, thank you.
Dion?
I just had one question, and it was on the post office building, the old post office. In the report now, I've lost the page. It said that their here we go. Extent of the fall zone is substantially reduced. Has that reflected in the actual the hoarding? Yeah, that's the one. Has the hoarding been pulled back?
We have just been working with the engineers who have been re-engaged by the owner, looking at all of the options for that site, and we are going to keep the barriers where they are for the meantime until that is confirmed and signed off by all the structural engineers, including council structural engineers.
So there is a potential for that to recede.
In due course,
Oh, that would be
yes.
great, because that's quite a blight on the square there. And the other one was, now talking about the square, is the tidiness of the cathedral. There's still conversations going on there?
Yes, we have allocated a staff member to work with the Restoration Trust on operational matters concerning amenity.
And perhaps I could actually add to that. We have made contact with the chair of the trust, but he has identified that until such time as the trust is fully formed and the legislation is in place, that it's not appropriate for him to be having the detail of discussions that we were proposing. So I guess we're facilitating the conversation to happen as soon as possible once that occurs.
Yeah, the bill should pass today. It's doing its committee stages at the moment, so after question time they should be straight back onto it, and then it should go straight into its third reading as they're under urgency.
I just...
But it needs to be signed by the Governor General for it to take effect, so it may not be till the new year that the trust is fully established.
Just, yeah, that site needs tidying so bad.
Yeah, no, it does. Absolutely. All right, I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you very much.